all are equal under the law. Well, only if you know the law, right? So, substantive laws of Belize. What is this? What are all these different list of acts? There are all these legislations, and if you read them, the Belize Act, Belize Airport Act, City Council Act, Loans Act, all these different acts. And many of us are told that these are the laws of every man and woman in Belize. Now, let me tell you what I've found out, right? Now, imagine if all of this represents the people who live in Belize, right? All of this. Now, out of all the people, only a small portion actually work for a foreign corporation. You see this right here? It says Belize. You see how it's in all capital? This is a company name, a registered company name, right? So this registered company is the corporation. It's a corporation, and this corporation is acting as government. These have acting employees, acting trustees, acting officers of the crown. These are all actors acting as representatives and agents for a foreign corporation, crown corporation, registered under the name of Belize. Now, out of all the people on the land of Belize, only a small portion are consenting and agreeing to being employees of the corporation and also agreeing to be governed by the corporate policies. What are the corporate policies for all governmental agencies and all governmental departments of all of the Belize government or the Belize corporation? Those are these acts. All these different acts apply only to the actors that are performing duties for the public. These are the actors, and these are their acts which they need to perform. These people right here who are not government workers, not government employees, these are unincorporated men and women who are not acting. They're under common law, living men and women. These right here are under commercial law, admiralty law. These substantive laws of Belize are not the laws of the land. They are the rules, regulation, and company policies which become law only upon the consent of the people. Meaning that if somebody from here decides to go and work for government, they are consenting that the substantive laws of Belize now apply to them. They are agreeing that the company policies of the corporation, bankrupt corporation, now applies to them. All these acts, they are all legislative acts for the corporation actors. Right? So I'll give you an example. Let's go to the Motor Vehicle and Road Act. See here? So when we think about it like this, right? How they do it is like this. How do they convert people unincorporated into corporate workers without fully disclosing? So let's say you have a car, right? Let's say you have a car. So this is a car, let's say, right? And then you go and you register with this right here, with the government. What you have done now by registering, you've handed over your property over to the corporation. And now the corporation has accepted it as property, and now it is going to give it back to you as a trustee and an employee. It's going to give it back to you, and they're going to give it a new title. This is going to be a new title, and it's going to not going to be called a car anymore. It's going to be called a motor vehicle. And because they gave it a whole new name, now it goes under the Motor Vehicle Act. So now you register, you give up your property, they give it back to you, it's now their property, and now you become employee, and they give you a title and an employee to work as a driver, and they give you a driver's license, right? So now that you have registered and you became a driver, now you have become a employee and a trustee, and now, unfortunately, the substantive laws of Belize now apply to you. These laws are strictly by consent. When we consent and hand over and register and turn over our things to the Crown, now we consent to being actors. Right? Now, obviously, it's not full disclosure, and because it's not fully disclosed and there isn't a meeting of the minds, this is fraud. Fraud perpetrated by those right here. So, substantive laws of Belize, look it up. You will find it very, very interesting to know that all these acts right here are not the laws of the land. These are just company policies, corporation policies that are only going to be enforced by the court upon the consent of the people to be governed by company policy. So when you work for a company, you're now agreeing to have the company policies apply to you. So this substantive laws of Belize are the rules and regulations of the laws that govern the relationship between the company and its employees. Peace and love.